All right, we're going to take a look at baseline today, and you can see at the time of recording this video, we have 9 days, 9 hours left before the deal runs out. Now, I'm making this video a couple days before I'm actually publishing it on LearnWire, so by the time you see this video, the deal will end up being about 6 days left, I would say. 6 or 7 days left. So if you want to pick up baseline, you're going to want to take action on it right away. I don't know if this deal is coming in a few weeks for Black Friday or not, but I wouldn't take that risk if this is a tool that you want to pick up. Now, since there's 74 reviews, I'm going to go ahead and make a guess that this probably has already been around. So I'm going to go over here to sort by the oldest. And we can see that this tool was released back in 2022, so a couple of years ago. So it's really nice and encouraging to see a software that has held up past the 2-year mark and it's averaging a 4.9 star rating. So what is Baseline? You can create brand guides and social content for all your clients or in-house brands. So essentially it's kind of like a Canva, but specifically for your brand's graphics and colors and branding and so forth. And you're going to be able to create different media assets for social media and your marketing campaigns that are going to be quickly created with your brand's colors and assets. Okay, so we're going to dive in real quick. Now, I can tell you, and it does say it's an alternative to the brand folder, buffer, and Canva. Integrations, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. That'll be interesting if we can actually publish or post from the software as well. You can see some of the graphics right over here. We're going to be able to set our colors and so forth, brand, tone of voice, all kinds of good stuff. The license tier 1, $79. You get 5 brands, 5 brand guides, 5 social channels, unlimited designs per month, unlimited downloads, 5 collaborators per brand, and 5 gigabytes. I'm not going to go over the rest of these, but license tier 2 is $150, and you get 20 brands, 20 brand guides, 10 social channels. All of the licenses come with unlimited designs per month and unlimited downloads, and that is insane. The big difference is that as you go up in tiers, you're going to get more brands and more brand guides and more social channels. Obviously, you go into license tier 3, $239, and license tier 4 maxed out. And this is what they're recommending, $359, and you're going to be able to manage unlimited brands. So this is a full-blown social media management, or if you were going to wanted to go with the agency model, this is one of the best deals that I've seen. There are literally no limitations right here. So if you wanted to use this tool to go out there and sell social media management or asset creation or whatever you want to do as an agency, this might be an amazing tool to do that because of you're not limited by the amount of brands or downloads and creatives that you can create. Now, back to license tier 1, $79. That's a little bit higher than we typically see, between the $39, $49 to $59 range. So coming in at almost just under $80. It's a little pricey for license tier 1 to my liking, but the fact that you get unlimited designs per month, unlimited downloads, and you already get 5 collaborators per brand, you get team, you get everything. It makes sense that it's fully loaded. So I actually can agree with that without jumping into the tool. I can agree with the price just because they're giving so much for that license tier 1. And they've been around for a couple of years. Now, finally, I do want to go over to Baseline, the website, real quick and just show you that they already do have traffic going to their site, about 20,000 visitors per month, but there is none. If we go over the pricing on the site, there is no ability to get a free account. You can get, I guess you can start a 7-day free trial. I'm going to go ahead and purchase the license tier 1 because this just looks too good to pass up. So I'm going to go ahead and just purchase license tier 1. So I'm not limited by anything to use the software. I didn't see this earlier. There is a 7-day free trial right there, but with a software like this, you might want to just go pick it up right away. So this is their site. Already got traffic going to them. I'm going to go make a purchase. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Just so you know, signing up for your account, you're not able to sign up via Google account, which I really like to just click on the button and sign up through Google. Not able to do that, so you do got to submit your email. It does look like I need to go and verify my email. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back in Baseline. You can see my first name up here. Let's go up here and see we have our organizations, dashboard, settings, upgrade, log out. The user interface is looking good so far, nice and crisp. I like those big bright buttons There's not a whole lot you can do. You can search for brands. You can add a new brand. You can create your first brand right here. So not a whole lot you can do with Baseline unless you create a brand first, right? So let's go create that brand. We may as well use LearnWire in this example and tutorial. So name your child brand. We need the name of your brand to start things off. So we'll go LearnWire. That's my brand name. Boom. Do you have a logo? Yes. We'll go and upload my really crappy logo that I created years ago in Canva, and I still have yet to go and create a new one or hire someone to create a really nice logo. Maybe I'll put out a poll. Do you guys think that it's time for a logo upgrade for LearnWire, or do you just like that little tiny wire on the green background that I created years ago? Let's go upload our logo real quick. Okay, so I found it. We're going to select it right there, push open, boom. Here's our logo background color. Let's see, do we actually need to select that? Does it have a color picker for us? I'll just come up over here, and I know it's this color right here, I believe. So we put our logo background color, black primary logo. Oh, so it wants the black version of your logo that will go on a light background. I think that will work. So it wants a black primary and a white primary. I'm going to just leave it because green and yellow, it's kind of like in the middle, right? So we'll just kind of stick with that for now. You can add more variations: logo mark, black logo mark, white logo mark, vertical word mark, and custom. My logos are ready. Let's just go ahead and go with that. It actually requires it. Okay. So this is the logo on a white background, and then this is the logo on a black background. So I just uploaded the same logo, and now I'm going to say my logos are ready. Color palette. Here is the color palette that it pulled for us. It's pulling this bright green because this kind of yellowish green, and that must be the actual color that's like the wire that you see as my logo. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this right there. They have a lot of different, you can fine tune this. You can go to more options. You can add all kinds of different stuff. You can add a color right here. I'm going to go ahead and just say that's my brand colors. Let's go move forward. Gradients, Baseline generated gradients based on your color palette. Feel free to modify them and select them once the ones you'd like us to use for your brand. If you don't want to use gradients, skip this step. So confirm gradients or skip gradients. I'm okay with using some gradients. I'm just going to go with what they selected for us. So confirm gradients, boom. Oh, we need to select them. Okay. That one's a little dark, and then you can actually use the slider to change how this looks. You can see on the screen while I'm dialing that in. We can also move this to make it less or more bright, and move the green over as well. I'm going to go and select this one right here though. We'll go and select this one right here, and I like this one right here, and then this one's good right here, and then we'll just go with black. That looks good, and then we'll go with this one right here. I think those look good. So we've selected all the gradients we like. We'll confirm our gradients. So this is just the setup, guys. We haven't even made it through the setup process. Select heading font. So this is where we'll go and select our fonts. I'm going to go ahead and pause, do this step. So you guys don't have to watch me do this step, but this is where you can go and select all your fonts in the uppercase, lowercase, all that kind of good stuff. Just wanted to show you this part. So Poppins, I believe, is my title on my thumbnails, the font that I use. You can select uppercase, and then you can also select bold. And so it's going to always go with Poppins, uppercase, bold for your headline. And then your sub headline could be Open Sans, which is great. A lot of times I like to use Anton. Let's see if they have that in there. They do have Anton right there. So we're going to use that, and we're going to just go with uppercase is fine as well for that. And then select body font. We'll go with Open Sans, and we'll go with just regular and maybe a bold. Sounds pretty good. And I've selected my fonts, boom. All right, so type scale, we have our great font choice. Now let's make their usage consistent. Select a preferred type scale using the options below. This will help you make sure your typography. So this is what it's going to look like, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it where it's at. I'm gonna move it up to 18, why not? And then we will just go ahead and say our type scale is good. And here we're at. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down. We've got our logos, our primary logo, black and white, safe zone. And then here is a prohibited use of the logo. So do not rotate the logo, do not skew or warp, do not apply colors, no similar background colors. So I guess I don't see a settings on this one. So those are things that are probably standard. They're just letting you know that those are the things that the software does for us, which is awesome. I don't know about you. Have you used other similar softwares that go out there and do this, but then you run into these kind of issues, especially the no similar background colors? I've seen that, and then it just ends up not looking good. That's really cool that they're aware of that. We'll see how well these turn out. We've got our colors. We can grab code. We can go to settings up here as well. We have our gradients selected. We have our fonts selected, and we have our typeset selected. We are ready to go. So what do we do next? There's no button that says we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and just say home now. All right, so complete your brand, add tone of voice, add photography, and add core values. So we can go and add our tone of voice real quick. I guess we'll go serious. I don't know how you guys would describe me. I don't think I crack too many jokes. I'm probably pretty serious, so I'm just going to keep it that way. Probably casual, I'll go with that. And I'm just going to go with neutral. I'm going to go with factual, honest, and simple. Honor tone or humor tones, conservative, formality tones, conversational, regard tones. It doesn't let you select two, so you can only select one. And I also don't see a back button, so be careful when you select one. Excitement tones. So then it tells us what our tone of voice is. We can save our tone of voice. We can start over. Now we're still over here. We're adding in our tone of voice, right? So we've added in our tone of voice. We can go make changes to it if we want to. Now we go back, and now we go and we add photography. I'm going to go add core values real quick. And this is where let's find our brand values. This tool will help you narrate down the essentials of the brand. You kind of just know the software is going to do well. I mean, it better. If it's taking this much time just to get through the setup, you gotta have at least hope that the software is going to be able to perform really well for us. Select the categories that you find the most relevant to your brand. I am going to get through the rest of the setup, and so that we can go and start creating graphics. I'll be back in just a sec. You'll also go through brand values right here, and you'll be able to select from a bunch of different brand values, main points, and you'll be able to select as many as you want, and then save brand values. Okay, so I'm adding brand assets. We'll see how this turns out when it creates content for us. I'm going to go to downloads real quick, and I've got one more image to upload. There it is. We'll see. I don't really have a lot of images for LearnWire in particular. It's really more about just creating thumbnails and so forth, but we've got that image right there, which is a newer one. We'll go ahead, and I don't see an exit button, so I'm not sure what to do next. So those images didn't take, so I'm not really sure what's going on. We've got that. Oh, I see. Okay, you got to click on it. So you click on that, and then you have to click on each image. So we'll go and do this process real quick. You had to have image, and then go and add your image, and then come through. And I'm not sure. I'm just going to add that background, and then I'm going to re-add the logo. So we've got enough right there, and we'll go back to dashboard, and now we have guidelines, assets, templates, publisher, and members. So what do we want to design? Let's go with a Facebook post. So we'll go right here, boom. And look at what happens right away. We already have all the templates in our brand's colors, which is super cool. And we can come through here, and let's just say we have a sale for something. So I'm going to click on sale, Facebook post templates. There we go. So something off. Now what I'm not seeing is that the text we've got different fonts going on, so I'm not really sure why we have different fonts. We shouldn't. They should all be in the same font that we selected already. But this is pretty dang cool. Like Black Friday's coming up, so we select right over here. And then now we have our designer that's kind of Canva-like. And then we can come and click over here. And I wanted to look at what font they've got. So we got text. So there is Poppins, and there it's Poppins again. I want to go back out and just look at another one real quick. So if we go and just look at what I'm thinking happens is we just go through, and let's just look at this one right here because it does have some additional fonts. When you click in here and you look at it, so there's the Orlega one. So it's not doing the font that we want. If we add a heading, it's going to automatically be Poppins, which is good, but I would just like to see all the fonts end up being the brand font that we wanted. Let me see if I click this brand up here. I'm just not seeing. We can go to settings. We can change the page width. We can go to templates. If we have any templates that we've already created and saved, we can change the template over here. We have we have photos we can add in from here. This is pretty awesome stuff. And then we have our images and so forth that we could add in here as well. So the only thing that we're not seeing, or that I'm not seeing, and you have a bunch of elements in here as well, is this is our brand right here, but it's I guess what I'm trying to say is that all this text right here, unless I'm just completely missing something, they should already change to our brand's fonts. And I'm not seeing that's the case, right? So we'd have to come over here and we'd have to actually change this to Poppins. Come over here. And if anything, worst case scenario, all of our brand fonts that we already have selected should already come up automatically to the top, and that's not happening. So hopefully they see this review, and I'm going to go with Poppins there. And then this one needs to be an Anton. So I'm going to go, so we've got Anton. And then last but not least, we'll go select this font and it's Open Sans. Okay. So then now let's just say we have 30% off. It already has our logo in here. We can make the logo bigger. Right there, I can say 30% off, Black Friday sale. And then right here, Black Friday 24. And then we do have a nice circle. I do like how all of the assets are in our brand's voice and our brand's colors, which is great. So we can quickly create these graphics. This image isn't going to work, right? So we can go and make a lot of photo adjustments in here. We can remove the background inside of here. Let's just go see if this background removal of this works. Just testing out the software the best I can for you guys. And it does work. Works really well. That's pretty cool. What I probably would do is we would just come in here and go into maybe photos and add maybe software. So you maybe bring in a software picture into this graphic. Adding the image into the graphic is actually taking a little bit longer than I would like to see. It's definitely not like Canva where it's just instant. That's something I'd like to see a pretty major improvement on. I am going to go and move that up and then move this over like that. Another thing I want to do is mess with this background maybe. I'm not sure where that came from. It's actually kind of cool. So we'll move that over like that. So we could have this background right here. Let me go and see what do we do with this next, right? And we have some document colors. We can actually go and we could change the whole thing to a different color scheme if we wanted to, but that's pretty cool right there. I like that right there. But what do we do next? I'm gonna say right here, I'm going to title this. We'll just call it Black Friday 1, and then we'll go and download. So now we can go download that asset. Let's go and do one more real quick. So unless I'm just completely missing this, guys, I mean, I'm not seeing where. Let me go and do something real quick. We'll go back over here. Under templates, we've got all these different templates: Instagram post, Instagram story, Facebook banner, Twitter, product hunt images, a bunch of stuff for LinkedIn, and then a Pinterest pin. So I want to look at Pinterest pins, but it does look like we have to come up with the content ourselves, unless I'm completely missing, like that there's an AI writer or something. But we would need to go and select these, and then we could go and create pins for ourselves. I'm going to go back to templates real quick. I was kind of impressed with the product hunt stuff as well. So we're here under product hunt. And you could go and do some pretty cool templates for product hunt, or even just selling. I would use these product hunt ones for even just doing any kind of other post that's promoting your product, where we could go in here, create the design, and we would obviously put an image inside of each one of these right here. We create it for creators, but you're going to go and you're going to want to change this out. But I don't see where this is really cool with the 3D text and so forth like that. So they got a lot of options, but as far as just the AI writing, like, hey, write something catchy for me that has to do with X, Y, Z, I'm not seeing the AI writer unless like I said, I'm completely missing the boat. I also don't see, let's see right over here, is this published to social channels? Okay. So if we wanted to go, let's go back and open up our other one real quick because it actually had it. This is where you would manage your team right over here. You just send the invite right there so your team members can join. And then we have our publisher. This is where we're going to go need to set up our channel. So we're going to need to go to add channel, connect channel, and then we would go connect Facebook. Okay, so it says David Mills has been connected to Baseline. Got it. So that's cool. And I'm going to go ahead and select. And we've got our channel is now connected. But like I said, I'm over here and I'm just trying to see, like, I don't see an AI writer. Am I missing this, guys? Leave a comment below if you made it this far in the video. And also let me know if I'm just completely missing the boat when it comes to, like, where's the AI writer? I'm not seeing it. So we have to create the content from scratch. So it's really just a from scratch kind of designer based on templates maybe, but we still have to come up with the content ourselves. Of course, we can use ChatGPT to do that for us. I'm going to go and just look at templates one more time. Here's some on-brand templates. I'm going to go over here to Facebook post and select some. So we would just select this right here and we would say, all right, so we're going to just design this real quick. I'm going to go over here, drag our logo, move the text up a little bit, and then drag a little bit, or maybe highlight all and make the font bigger. And then maybe delete that part right there. And let's see it over here. Oh, we'll go to assets right here. And we replaced the asset with one of our pictures. Cool. And then we'll go over to share. This is where you choose if you want to download it as a PNG, JPEG, WebP, and you can do a transparent photo. But we'll go with the share to Facebook right over here, and we'll see if we can share it. This is where you will have your Facebook post, your comment, Facebook story, reel. But see right here, there's no AI built in right here. You're going to have to have that ahead of time. So this is definitely just a publisher type tool, and it's going to be a little bit more hands on the creative side than we're used to. But still, I really like the tool. So we can add to queue, pick a time, share now. The queue and post according to posting schedule. I'm not going to post this because it's not ready to go. I'm going to save it as draft. But I do want to go and see, this is where your posting schedule would be. So you have your posting times, 9 a.m., 1:30, 9 a.m., 1:30. We can add every day. We just the full flexibility on your posting times. And we can look at our calendar and so forth. So I think that's going to wrap it up for the tool. This was Baseline. You can pick it up, a license tier 1 at $79. I think it's fully loaded, generous on what you can do with the tool as far as the unlimited creations. I probably just barely tapped the surface I didn't even show you the different assets or graphics that you can add to the social media content that you're creating. A couple of things that I didn't like, I wasn't able to find the AI writer. So creating content is not going to be on point or nearly as quick as a lot of the other tools that I've shown you recently. Or we can would basically push button and have social media posts created for us. I'm thinking of Marquee and Follower and tools like that. This one is very more custom towards you designing your own graphics. Some of the plus sides is that it's the graphics and colors and all that is on point with color and so forth. So really two things really was that the AI writer is non-existent. I didn't see it anyways. And then also when you click on some of the assets that you want to create, they don't automatically have your fonts that you selected that are part of your brand font kit. And so those are kind of the things that I would like to see fixed and that keep it from kind of getting a 5-star. I'm going to give this a 4-star rating. What do you guys think? I was impressed with the setup, how detailed we had to be with our setup, but then I kind of felt like it was lacking on what it did for us. Unless like I said, completely missed what we're supposed to do with creating the content, but I just didn't see the ability to quickly create our content. And so with just some of those features missing and the speed at which we would be able to create our content, I just can't give this a 4.5 or higher. Still a solid tool. I'm going to give it a 4.0. Give me a chat or give me a comment below if you agree with that and what you thought of Baseline and if you'll be picking it up. There will be a link below, and I'll see you in the next video.